until there's this guy called Imawe Amusantu, and I want to tell you a little story about him. But before that, subscribe and like.
Hello.
Me and my sister and Imawe's brothers, who were twins, were just watching, and we were having an argument between who was the leader, and Daniel was saying that he was the leader, but he isn't the leader. I know, I used the leader too much in that sentence. Then my sister said this.
You're not the boss of us.
And Daniel is what we're gonna call him, was being really rude. For a minute he was silent, and then I said that you're not the boss of us, just like my sister said. Then Daniel decides to do this. Thankfully, Emmanuel, who was my cousin and my friend, decided to break up the fight. Stop it, stop it. Then I told Daniel's mum and Emmanuel's mum what he had done, but all they did was laugh and said, how could a little boy like this hurt you? Because he was really little. Luckily, my sister and Emmanuel's brothers were there to see it all, but they still didn't believe me. So me and Tyler were in the room because their mom said that we had to go in my cousin's room, the older cousin, because we were causing too much trouble and they were going to buy something. Not all of the people were out of the house. Some grown-ups were there, but my auntie was watching a movie, so she didn't have the time and she didn't even notice. But anyways, me and Tyre were talking about how rude Emmanuel and Daniel were to us. Because Daniel always shouted at us, and sometimes we'd shout at Emmanuel, but we weren't this rude like Daniel was. He was really, really rude to Emmanuel. He'd always fight him, punch him, shout at him, but we'd never do that. But he still took his side. And Daniel would always slap Tara and Candy. At least that's what they told me. Tyro told me that one day they were fighting. Then Tyro punched him and kicked him, and then he fell down. And then Tyro said, don't mess with me. But I don't believe it. Candy said that one time they were both fighting, and Daniel kicked him and slapped him a bit too hard. Then Candy pushed him against the wall. Then he started crying. Then Tyro told me that Emmanuel said that Daniel knew him more than we knew him, which was not true, because we knew him when he was 2 or 1. Then my cousin and Emmanuel's mum had finished buying all the groceries. Then, when we had a chance, we got out of the room and then we went upstairs. Then we had a spy history. That's what we called our team. And we talked about Daniel and how Emmanuel was forgetting about us. He told us that he wasn't forgetting about us, and then I told him to tell me what my favorite color was. Then he said nothing, because he didn't remember, and I told him like every day. But he told me his favorite color